Just taking a quick look at this Comfytemp. This is the heated, pad for your neck and shoulder. So, if you got neck and shoulder pain, you might want to take a look at this. Now, normally in these videos, I kind of like to focus on the features, the different designs, specs. But in this video, we're going to have to spend a little bit more time just talking about the different models that are available because it's very confusing and some of the information actually isn't even correct. So yeah, let's just kind of do like a quick overview of what's available first. Then we'll kind of talk about the design details here. The first two here, this teal one and then this gray one, they're just the standard 2.2 pound weighted version, right? I mean, it's just a different color. Now, this other one down here, the red one, they actually advertise this, initially, they actually advertise this as a lighter weight version. So in this image here, you can see they're saying 1.5 pounds and it is 14 by 20. So it's slightly smaller than all the other ones, which are 19 by 22 and 2.2 pounds, right? So, and one thing to note with this too, with the image, you could actually see that it had a little bit more of a rounded edge to it at the bottom there compared to the 2.2 model, which has just kind of more of a corner on it, right? So the one thing to note with this though is it appears that this version, the smaller 14 by 20 version, has been discontinued because actually if you go over to this the listing for that actual one right here is the red one. You can actually see that they've updated this. Now it says 2.2 pounds. And then if you kind of go through here, here it is. Here it is. And it's now it's still saying 1.5 pounds. But if you actually just keep going through here, you'll actually see that here it is. This is that same image. Look at this. We're going to zoom in here. This is that same image that they were just showing. They just photoshopped it to kind of update it, right? I mean, here it is. Here was the original one, and here is this one, right? So actually, now that I know which tab, I got so many tabs open here, it's confusing. Now that I know which tab is which, let's just go back and forth for a direct comparison. There it is, the 1.5 model with that rounded corner, and then now here they've changed it, right? So now they're just saying it's 2.2, it's 19 by 22, and it's got the regular corner on it, right? All right, so we covered 3 of the 5 that are here, right? So these first 2, they're just the standard ones in different colors, and now this red one is just another color option of that same model, the 2.2 pound model, right? The 1.5 pound model is apparently it's not available anymore, and then this one here is the blue one, the teal one, that actually has, you see those little flowers and stuff down there. It's actually the teal one that just, it has some scents kind of built into it. They're saying lavender and rose. That's kind of, infused, I guess, into the material. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long that would last, but especially, you can wash these things too. So, maybe you might not want to wash that one, right? Or you just buy some essential oils and just, dump it on, if you want the scent. And by the way, too, that kind of brings up a good point is that all of these versions, they're all like different prices as well, which just, it adds to the confusion. So I don't know, probably just buy the color just buy your favorite color and go with that, right? And then so the last one here, this one's really interesting, actually. So this one is a smaller, lighter version. It's an older version, a cheaper version. So that's just one thing you want to note. But they do claim here that, it's the 1.54 pound version, right, with the glass beads that are only on the outside here. So this is interesting, right? The other models, we're going to talk about this when we talk about the design and stuff. But the other models, these weighted beads are basically the entire pad, which is just really nice. So this older model, the beads are just around the outside here, right? And so the thing is, it's kind of funny about this is actually in this image and the other images that they provide in this listing, they're actually comparing, they're actually saying that only the edge is filled for added weights, which is exactly what this model is. So basically, they're talking about their own model here. So, but as I mentioned, the other models are not like this. So, and this model is just all the features they're nowhere near as nice as all the other models that are available. So there's only 3 heat settings. The cord is only a little over 6 feet, which is not very long. The other models, it's more like 9 feet. And then, the controller on this thing is just basic. It's just that basic thing. It's basically just on off. And there is a timer mode that you can do for 2 hours, but that's it. There's no customization with it. And then finally, the last thing, is there's no, the heating wires don't actually go into this little neck area. So the other model does. All right, so now that we kind of explained, what's going on with this product and the different variations that are available, let's just kind of go through this one here. This is the main one. This is the one you're probably going to want to buy. That's available in just the 3 different colors, right? And the scented one as well. So, the one thing to note is that we do get this very nice digital controller, right? I mean, this is just, they say it's got a nice orange amberish backlight on it as well. And one thing I really like is if you set the timer, it actually tells you how much time is left. I mean, I would love to see this feature on some heated blankets, right? Now, one thing to know with this, they always show this vest with this little thing right here, So that's where the controller plugs into it. So, if you're going to be actually wearing this thing, there's going to be a cord running down here, right? So, it's not a wireless thing. But still, I guess, it's probably not going to bother you there. It seems like it kind of be out of the way there. And then as I was talking about a little bit earlier, this model does have some heating wires that run through the neck area as well. Now, it's not as dense. It's not really designed. This thing's designed to heat up your shoulders mostly, but still, it's going to feel good. It's still going to feel good on your neck, right? All right, and then, the big standout feature with this is this upgraded weighted design, the weighted beads that they have in here. Check this out. This is different from that other model that I was telling you about with the edge, right? So actually, this entire pad has these little pouches that line, the entire pad is just these little pouches filled with these weighted beads. And so this is just really nice because the entire thing, is going to be putting pressure on. It's not just the heat, right? You want a little bit of pressure. It's almost like a massage, right? Someone's kind of, doing that. So this is just obviously a lot better than the edge design that we talked about in the other model. I just found that funny that they're actually referring to their older model. So yeah, we do get the weighted. It's going to be evenly distributed, and it's going to be the weight's going to be where you want it, right? And by the way, this company is selling this upgraded model. So if you see that kind of mentioned somewhere in the original listing, luckily they did put this one in a different listing. So that helps to kind of reduce the confusion here. But one thing to note with this is I don't know if this is an upgraded model. I mean, look at this thing. You got to like strap this thing to your arms and around your chest. I don't know. This thing kind of looks like it's giving me like some straitjacket vibes. And the other thing too about this is like, usually you want the heat just to kind of soothe the pain, right? For the comfort. You don't want the heat because you're cold. So I don't know. I don't know why you'd want like a jacket style version anyways. If you got, neck pain, shoulder pain, and you just want something that you can just kind of throw on real easily. And like I said too, it's got this really awesome controller that you can really fine tune this thing to how you want it, right? It's just, and you get the different color options as long as you want, as long as you're okay with that 2.2 pound version, right? It doesn't look like the 1.5 pound version's available anymore, unless you get the older model, which I wouldn't recommend doing that. So, this is just the overview. Hopefully you found this helpful, the explanation too, not just the product, but this kind of confusing listing. And yeah, thanks for watching.